Hey guys, Bitcoin Owen here. Today Bitcoin reached a new all-time high of $109,400. Woohoo! What a great day. And the sun is out here in Ireland, Southern Ireland. Bitcoin reached a new all-time high of $109,400. Yep. I originally anticipated my forecast for the year was 250,000. We're still only in May, approaching June now, admittedly, but approaching the mid-year mark, end of June. But it's still possible that Bitcoin could reach $250,000. You don't buy Bitcoin to sell it again. You buy Bitcoin to spend it. This is one thing that people don't understand about Bitcoin. You're buying Bitcoin because it's money. Basically, it's better money than the euro. You're not buying Bitcoin as an investment, as a traditional investment where you cash out at the peak, basically, before everyone else cashes out. Basically, it's not like that. You're buying for the long term. You're buying and holding, basically, to spend it, because Bitcoin ultimately is just money. It's better money than the euro. The euro is constantly losing value. The euro is constantly losing value. Bitcoin, on the other hand, gains value over time, and prices come down. And when things are priced in Bitcoin, the prices fall, basically, because there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. There cannot be more than 21 million Bitcoin in the entire universe. That's not the same with the euro. With the euro, they're constantly creating more and more of it. Every time bonds take a downturn, basically, every time the economy takes a downturn, every time the bank issues a loan down the street from me here, they're creating new Bitcoin, new euros. Not Bitcoin, euros. Every time my local bank, issues a loan, they're creating new euros from thin air. So why should you work for money that someone else can print for nothing, basically? They create new euros every time they lend money, the Irish banks. And every bank in the world is like that. So you need to consider your options carefully. Should you save in euros or should you save in Bitcoin? And I chose to save in Bitcoin almost 10 years ago now. I saw the potential of Bitcoin. Nothing compares to Bitcoin in terms of its asymmetric risk profile, basically. Compared to holding my money in dollars, euros, pounds, the stock market doesn't compare to it. The FTSE is only up about 10 or 20% over the last 20 years. FTSE was at 6,000, I remember, in 2007, heading into the GFC, the global financial crisis. And today it's at a little over 8,000, 8,600. So it hasn't really done well at all. You wouldn't have done well if you had listened to the economists and investment gurus like Paul Krugman, who advise people to invest in stocks and real estate, basically. Real estate doesn't match Bitcoin either. Bitcoin is appreciating at 55% a year, basically. They announced today in the news here in Ireland that property prices are up 7% in the 12 months to March 2025. Or in the 12 months to March 2025, property prices are up 7%. Bitcoin is up about 65% in the same period, basically. So that's your comparison there. Bitcoin is a much better investment than property. Property only went up 7% in the 12 months. Bitcoin went up 60%. So should you invest in property or should you invest in Bitcoin? Bitcoin is totally hassle-free, whereas property, there's a huge amount of huge amount of hassle in owning property. There's so many things that can go wrong with a property, basically. And you've tenants, you have to deal with the tenants. You've regulations. In Ireland now, they regulate the property market to the hilt, basically. You are told how much you can charge in rent, basically. They won't let you increase the rent by more than 2% each year. And with Bitcoin, there are no limits, basically, to how much it can go up by. 7% with the property market, 60% in Bitcoin, with Bitcoin. So you do the sums then.